So there you go. You're kicking off the show for everybody.
Hey,
I'll be right back.
what?
Yeah, you're on your own.
What? Oh,
This is your show now.
all right. Let's say some terrible, terrible things to get us banned. Hello, everybody. It's the drawing stream. I'm your host, Pat Sajak. I got started early because I took a break from my inking my pages, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try and crap something out real quick because I figured I'd be late to the party. Didn't figure the host would be late. That's all right. I chose Darkwing Duck because I used to be able to draw him back in the day. And I wanted to do it again. Yeah, I got all my pencils out of the way, worked off of a quick thumbnail that I did. I just blew it up and made good out of it. So yeah. So I don't see the chat. Excuse me. I had pizza for dinner, so you might hear it. Let's see. Oh, there's. Hey, Lorenzo Sleestack. How's it going? Sleestack. I never watched that show, but I know what those are.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, well, then we can't keep talking about what we were talking about.
What are you talking about?
No, nothing. Talking about Sleestack.
Oh, Lorenzo. Lorenzo's a good dude.
He's in the chat, so.
Yeah, the nice thing about that ceiling fan now is I can control the lighting and the speed with a remote.
Oh, cool.
So,
is that in your office or in your bedroom or what?
In my bedroom. Also in my office.
One of these days I'm going to get around to installing one in my bedroom, but we have a low ceiling, so I got to be careful. I scarfed down a pizza just before I came on, so if you hear me kind of burp once in a while, I apologize.
It's all good. I think I might have that for dinner.
Ever since the pandemic took over, we've been kind of having pizza on Friday nights, whether we order it or I don't know why. It just started becoming a thing. So who are you drawing?
Hades.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, I just watched that recently. I don't think I've seen it since the theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never saw it in the theater, but Becky has it, so I've seen it a couple times. I'm gonna make him shouting is one of like James Wood's most like offensive tweets.
Oh, geez. He could. I don't find his tweets to be offensive, though.
No, neither do I, but other people do. where's Dan today?
He was running late too. He wasn't even at home when I messaged him.
Oh yeah. Here I was worried I was going to be the only one that was late, and here I'm the only one that was ahead of the game.
Well, I didn't know if you were going to be here or not.
I wasn't sure either. I got a little bit ahead on my inks, so Becky's helping me too.
Aw.
She's over at her desk right now, translating my terrible inks. Or I'm sorry, my terrible pencils. So what else is going on?
Not much. You?
Oh, stop by Target, threw a Molotov cocktail.
Ha ha. Huh.
Are you working from reference, or do you kind of have an idea what he looks like?
I did like little quick head sketches, like a few nights ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
But, so I'm going off of that, but I'm also like, there's a couple of photos I'm looking at online. Like, there's a really good 3D model of him that I'm kind of looking at.
Okay.
Just like one of his little smug looks that he had in the movie, just kind of like, I don't know, I was just kind of like mesmerized by it.
Sure.
And it's just been like stuck in my head all week. It's like, oh, that's a badass look.
He's a great character. Like I said, I never saw the movie when it was new or anything. I wasn't privy to it, but I've since seen it quite a few times, and it's like the best character on there. Screw Hercules. No one cares about him.
I also have this for reference.
That's awesome. I got
Nice. I've got the original figure.
Oh, do you?
They do. It sucks. I hate them. They all have like these gimmicks to them, and they just kind of like lessen the figures.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. I have Megavolt. Who's not so bad.
Oh, the original one.
Yeah, my friend Brent gave him to me. My friend Brent has this. He owns a building, and he has just a ton of toys everywhere, and he calls it his toy museum. And we went up there to visit because he was throwing this Zoomania Con. Like, he wanted to do a comic convention in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sleepy Eye, Minnesota. So he's like, yeah, come out. So we went through his toy museum, and I saw Megavolt on a shelf. I was like, dude, Megavolt. And he just kind of reaches over, grabs it, and just hands it to me. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, no, you can have it. So I'm like, sweet.
I had two of those figures. The first one got chewed up by a dog, and I wound up like burying it into the backyard. And the second one's still intact.
You buried him like a funeral?
Yep.
Did you have Steelbeak presiding over his funeral?
No. I just went out there, dug him a hole, and just threw the remains in there.
Bushroot and Quacker Jack are his pallbearers.
Oh, they didn't make a Quacker Jack. They were going to.
What?
Yeah, it was Bushroot, Steelbeak, and Tuscarnini.
Wow.
Yeah. You know about his action feature on his backpack?
Megavolt?
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
figure.
he's Sparks.
Yep.
I don't know if it works.
Where is this?
Oh yeah, he's a lighter.
All right, I lost my reference photo. Damn it.
That's no good.
Nope.
I gotta make sure I'm stay on the. Bring this lower.
Damn it! I can't find the one in particular, and I can't find the one I was just looking at either.
You didn't save it on your desktop, huh?
No. I got way too much shit on here saved. It would just get lost in the ether. Screw it. That one comes close.
Do you have like a lap board? What?
A lap board?
Yeah.
I've got a board.
No, I could hear it. Like it sounds different than a desk, I guess.
Oh no, I don't have anything underneath it. Like what's that rubber pad most people put on theirs?
Oh, I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
My desk is it's a sloppy mess. I got reference stuff taped to it. My Darkwing Duck stuff. I got off of Tad Stones. You know who that is?
Nope.
He created Darkwing Duck for. Anyway, I follow him on Facebook because I saw that he was doing like these just quick sketches, gesture sketches and stuff of Disney characters, and he's like awesome. He's like one of my favorite artists now.
Yeah, he's the creator of Darkwing Duck.
Creator Darkwing Duck. I think he did some of the Chippendales Rescue Rangers characters. Becky's over at her desk right now listening to the show. I don't know how much of a delay there is.
I think it's like a 10-second delay.
How many?
Maybe like I think 10.
She said 10 or 20. She wanted me to have it on speaker. I'm like, nah, that gets really annoying. From other people's YouTube channels I've watched.
Like it starts echoing and.
Yeah. I'm going to be having my headphones on. So. You should leave a comment in the chat, Becky.
You gotta sign in. I forgot when the password is.
Oh.
Otherwise,
You can kind of hear her in the background.
say hi.
Tommy either, huh?
Nope. No, what's going on? Ah, damn it. Sorry, I'm like trying to play catch up on a lot of things right now. My days are not long enough.
No, you're still working, right?
Yeah.
Sad thing is, I'm not, because I work for a movie theater chain. Even with not working, days are still not long enough.
What theater is it?
Imagine Theaters?
Oh, the one in Egan there.
Yeah.
I drove past that one today.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because we remodeled that last year. I work out of the corporate office, so I'm not like a popcorn usher or anything.
Where's the corporate office?
Our corporate office, the local one's in Lakeville, at the Lakeville Theater, where that one is. But our head office is in Michigan. I've been with them since we were Muller Family Theaters.
Okay.
So I've been essentially with the theaters for like over 20 years. Until 3 months ago, I did talk to my boss. They're talking about reopening soon, so.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
Found your reference?
I did. Now I'm going to save it.
Just in case.
Yep.
So do you ever sell any of these, or?
No. Nobody likes me.
Bring them and try and sell them at, oh wait, there is no more cons.
All right. Damn it.
Hades is giving you hell. There's a dad joke for you right there. I toyed with the idea of trying to draw like Ariel from The Little Mermaid, because that's essentially where I learned how to draw women. Potently.
But
I want to draw Darkwing. He's more fun. I figured if Tom came in, he would probably draw like one of the Disney princesses.
or a Marvel character like he's been doing recently.
Well, that's an easy cop out. He needs to draw like, like what, Tiana or something.
Who's Tiana?
The Princess and the Frog.
Oh,
Who?
haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
I have it. Just haven't seen it. Okay. Might go right into inks.
I always have problems with blue pencil and inks.
Yeah, they don't hold.
It doesn't soak in enough or something. Have you seen the new DuckTales cartoon?
I have not.
It's really good, actually. I'd be the first to tell you if it sucked. But Darkwing Duck's actually in it.
Nice. Now I'm gonna have to watch it.
Gizmo Duck. I mean, they do take some liberties with some of the characters and they change some stuff, but the spirit is still there. Anyway, on the episode that had Darkwing Duck in it, the first one, Tad Stones played him like a security guard. He actually had a speaking role. Hey.
Dang, nice Darkwing Duck.
Oh, thank you.
You're right. It's hard to like enter when everyone else has started because you guys are kicking ass. It's hard to jump in.
Oh, to be fair, I
A lot
started
of
mine this
catching up.
afternoon.
Yeah, it's very cool.
To be
And
fair, I
Jeremy's doing the villain from Hercules. What's his name? I can't remember right now. Famous guy.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
What's his name again? Hermaphrodite. That's his
Wow.
name, right? Hermaphrodite. I remember.
That's takes a whole new different turn on that movie.
You guys pick cool characters. I was just coming in here thinking I'd draw Mickey Mouse.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Like anyone can draw him.
I have drawn him. Surprisingly, he's hard.
Really? Well, to nail it. Maybe to nail it, yeah, because
to make it look right.
Yeah, to absolutely nail it.
When I was in high school, I went to a small school, and it was a Christian school, so instead of prom, they had a banquet. And
oh yeah, I went to Christian school too. Banquet,
so,
yep.
Yep, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So for the theme for the seniors on my junior year, it was the Magic Kingdom, and so they're like, Matt knows how to draw things. Let's get him to draw Disney characters. So I had to draw a bunch of Disney characters on cardboard really big. I don't like drawing things really big. I somehow pulled it off, but Mickey was like the hardest.
Yeah, I mean they're like perfect circles and stuff, and drawing it all big, and
yeah,
I remember from earlier you did something I like to do is blow up a thumbnail.
Yep.
And use that.
That's what I did for it.
Anytime I draw on like 11x17, I usually blow up a thumbnail.
Yep. I'm just not good at getting my proportions right if I don't. I'm not skilled.
I shouldn't look I mean, everybody knows how to draw Mickey. I won't look at any reference. We'll see how close I can get. Shouldn't be too crazy. He reminds me of Mario.
Huh.
They have a similar something going on. Eyes.
Haha, it's
Maybe
me,
the whole thing.
Mario.
So you guys have a favorite Disney flick? I'm sure I mentioned or wasn't here for that. You guys probably already talked about it.
Like out of the actual movies, like the animated movies.
Yeah. Let's go animated. That's what I'm thinking. Not really I'm not thinking Pirates of the Caribbean and all that stuff.
The classic animated ones. Go, Jeremy.
Either Lion King or Aladdin.
Yeah, I like Sleeping Beauty because it's probably the most violent.
I haven't seen any of the movies in a long time. I remember, man, they used to crush me when I was a kid. Bambi and Dumbo, especially Dumbo. It's too much. The scene when the mom is in the cage, I can't handle it. It's too much for me. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that bill.
Becky said one of us should have drawn the character, the villain from the Black Cauldron.
I was gonna do Song of the South, but
I've seen that one.
have you?
Mm-hmm. Like 87 or 86, it was in theaters.
It was.
One of the few times my mom and my aunt, they sprung for tickets so that all of us kids would go get out of their hair and go see a movie. And we see the most racist one. We don't know where.
I saw Sleeping Beauty in the theaters. I really hardly remember it though at all. Some of these movies they released theatrically more than once, I think.
Oh yeah, they used to come back every so often. Then they got to doing like VHS, so they made it. They would return from the vault every 5 to 10 years.
I'm sure my Mickey's arms are a little long.
That's one wicked nose there, Jeremy.
Thanks.
Didn't the guy from the Black Cauldron look like Skeletor or something?
Skeleton.
He's a skeleton?
Yeah. Skeleton dude in a robe. His antlers are like too.
Skeleton dude in a robe.
You just got schooled.
Wow, it's been a long time.
I remember liking Pocahontas when I was a kid.
Loser.
Because she was hot.
I know, right? I think I like Mel Gibson, and she was hot. When I was a kid growing up, I always thought Mel Gibson would make an excellent Wolverine.
He'd make a
He
good.
would. Have you seen him in Lethal Weapon? He looks just like Wolverine, and he's pissed off, and he's tortured. I mean, he basically is Wolverine in those movies.
And he's drunk.
At least from the first, yeah. I don't know if Wolverine gets drunk, but he tries.
He'd make a good Wolverine from the Pride of the X-Men animated show, where he was Australian. You guys ever see that?
Oh yes.
No.
She's not joining the X-Men, is she?
So that's strange that Jackman, is also he's Australian, right? He's not a New Zealander.
Yeah, he's Australian.
I think he's Australian.
Yep.
So it's all in the whole Australian family, the whole Wolverine thing. You'd think his character was from Australia, not Canada. Which is like, I don't know. It used to be a manly place, but
Terrence and Phillip. It's Terrence and Phillip land.
problem with this Mickey Mouse drawing is it's not it's not inaccurate enough to be funny, but it's not accurate enough to be accurate or funny. It's just somewhere between the two. It just sucks.
I wouldn't say that.
I wanted to do a challenge, not even look at Mario and see how close I can get, since he's supposedly easy to try.
Do him like a Robert Crumb version or something. Put like a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Did you ever see that documentary, Crumb? You must have, right?
Long time ago.
It's good. I like Crumb. I don't actively follow his stuff, but I just kind of like what he represents as far as being a cartoonist or a comic illustrator and just being the gargoyle type.
He's a gargoyle. I never really got into it. His stuff was always around. I just was never really that.
Modern public cannot possibly stomach Robert Crumb stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So, I'm not saying I stand behind what he drew, but, artists, I think, should have free reign to draw whatever the hell they want.
Did you guys ever see Ghost World?
Yes.
The movie?
Yep.
You know that drawing she brings to her art class that causes a big uproar? Big head? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's, at one point in the movie, she goes to her art class and she brings this big black guy head, that's indicative of a time period. And I thought that was just a parody for the movie. And we were up in Alaska visiting, and we stopped by a antique store, and they had a brochure with that head on there. And I was like, "Is this a movie prop?" Oh, it was a legit business from back in the day. It's like, oh, it was in that movie.
That had Buscemi in it, right?
Yep.
And Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the main character chick? You never saw her in anything after that, really?
Walking Dead.
Oh, really?
Thora Birch, yeah. She was in Walking Dead just last season.
Gigantic fish. I remember it was directed by the guy that did Bad Santa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I used to really be into that movie and thought it was a good Christmas movie until I tried to watch it with my wife once, and she was not feeling it. And I was like, yeah, maybe it's not like a classic Christmas flick. It's no, it is a classic, but you definitely have to have the right stomach for it. It's not your typical classic.
No Christmas Vacation.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say, because I own that one, and that one anyone can enjoy. It's
I don't really care for those Christmas Vacation movies.
What? Get out.
I like Chevy Chase. I'm a Chevy Chase guy, kind of. Spies Like Us, and
You're a chubby chaser?
That too.
that I've never been, and that's one thing I haven't.
I don't know, Dan.
Hey, you've seen? Oh, maybe you haven't seen my wife lately, but she's no chubby chaser, or I'm no chubby chaser because I like chub in the right places. You know what I'm saying? Woo.
Wow.
She's fat where it's at,
Uh-oh. Next live stream. So, Dan, how's the marriage?
She heard that and worked it for us. I can't find my big, huge brush. I got this massive black area to fill in. Guess I'll just have to use the wrong tool for the job.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what'd you do?
Nah, it's these damn Copic markers.
Are you coloring it?
Well, laying down grays in areas.
Ah.
Well, I just have the damn thing fucking bleed all over.
Uh-oh.
So what else is new in the world, guys?
I don't know, not much happened this week.
Nothing happened. There was nothing. Everything was pretty quiet.
It's just another week. I had somebody come out to fix our air conditioner. Went out on us this week. Hey, it's the hottest week in a while.
Sure.
Hottest few days there. So our conditioner decided to crap out.
Like right away when the first time you using it this year, or?
No, just on that day. What was it, Tuesday or Wednesday, when it was just really hot, and we overworked it, and it's old, so the capacitor went out. I mean, I didn't know the capacitor went out until the first guy that came through told me. Wow, Mickey's smile is so I gave him like a double check here. You got a big old bottom lip here. That's all right.
I got my chew in there, huh?
Yeah.
Got a dip.
Or maybe it's like, you know, that kid you grow up with without too much saliva in his mouth.
Oh,
Something
man.
like- But the first guy came through and you know, diagnosed that it was the capacitor that went out. And he's like, yeah, it's $695 to replace the capacitor. I was like, that don't sound right to me. So I did
Did you know where the
some quick
capacitor was?
research, and I was like, well, it's something like an alternator, basically, for your car
Yeah.
kind of thing. It like takes the charge and
Yep.
decides the proper amount of charge. I'm not, I don't know, but I don't really know shit about air conditioning, to be honest. But I knew that sounded funny, so, you know, it's $75 apparently for him to just come out. And I was kind of pissed. I started to get pissed off at the guy. Because I was like, you know, it's usually like, you know, the piece itself is like maybe $150, or, you know, if it's something crazier.
If that.
Yeah. Cops are here. I'm sorry. I gotta go, you guys. They after me. No, but
Cops are.
yeah, the guy said it was. So it was $695 plus $75 for him just to come out, and I was so pissed off at him, and he could tell my vibe was not good, and I told him, put everything back, just no, don't do it, and he took off. He never charged us the $75, you know, just to come out.
He was that mad.
I was mad at him. I think he was scared. Like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Forget the $75. This guy's gonna like report me because he was trying to screw me. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Even though you would think that like I'm writing a check to the company, so I don't know how he would do it, but I didn't trust it. Even if it is the company, whatever it is, it's too much effing money.
Yeah. But you got it fixed.
So he ran off, and there was more than one sign that this guy was just a lying piece of whatever. He was trying to say that, because of the riots, they're going to shut down power in this whole area. You're not going to have power for days. And you're probably going to want to get some generators, maybe 3 of them. I was like, who the fuck does this guy think I am? Like, I was born yesterday? Seriously, like, do I look that fucking stupid? Like, dude, don't press your luck. Are you, you know, so you can see how mad I am right now.
Yeah, just thinking about it.
Yeah, just thinking about it.
Was he trying to sell you generators?
I think that was on the way. He was gonna try to sell me some generators. I know it's on the way. I mean, it's an obvious hustle. And it's like, dude, you know how stupid I'd have to be to believe that they're gonna. He said they're gonna shut down power in this area because of the riots, so that they can catch people doing it. And I'm like, dude, how does that make any sense? How does that make any sense?
What company
Like, they have to shut down power to the whole neighborhood in order to catch people responsible for, I don't know, the riots, escalating the riots, whatever. Didn't make any sense. So I got pissed at him, and he ran off, and then found somebody else to do it for half the price, less than half the price.
So are you going to disclose what company this is, or are you just going to keep us in suspense?
Do not. Well, my wife found the company, and I think it was through another site, but the company is And that was another weird thing. Is like, just even knowing what the company was, it wasn't totally upfront. I don't know. There's some gray area because, like I said, my wife was the one that called them.
Who's
And
them? Damn, we need a goddamn name. Dude.
Them is Night and Night in Apple Valley. Do not go through Night and Night. They're up to some weird business. I don't know. They got employees trying to sell generators. I don't know if they're aware. I don't know who owns it. The dude was the shady Russian guy.
Russia,
I ain't got nothing but
Russia.
Yeah, I ain't got no, or it could have been like Czechoslovakian, Eastern European, whatever it was. And that's not a big deal wherever he came from, but just so if you run into him, I didn't catch his name, but
I was going to say, you're talking about capacitors. I've worked on very light maintenance on HVAC at the theaters. And I don't think the capacitors cost all that much, like
no,
$30 maybe.
Well, like I even looked it up, and it's like $100 to $150 for the capacitor, basically.
Okay.
But ours might have been more because we have a really old air conditioning unit.
Sure. I'm not even sure how old ours is.
Well, they want to consider it old if it's.
Oh yeah, anything over 15 years.
Yeah, you're right in the ballpark, 10 to 15 years.
Our furnace is like 40 years old. And I got told by a gal that worked at one of these HVAC places. I said, I know it's pretty old. I might need to probably change it one of these days. She's like, if it's still running and it's still running well, keep it running because they don't build them like that anymore.
That sounds right.
Keep it running as long as you can.
I agree with that, really, in some way. It's our furnace finally killed on us, I think a couple of years ago. And it was old. It was here since the place had been built in like 81.
Yeah.
And might as well write it out. When it kills, it kills,
Yeah. It's like my mom, she just replaced hers a few years ago. And that one was barely like 25 years old.
Like off camera here.
Mickey Mouse.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck's like pissy. He's one of the funniest, the coolest characters on the new DuckTales because he's so. They play his anger. It's essential to his character.
Growing up, Donald Duck was my Disney dude. I mean, I was like Mickey, obviously, too. But I had the Donald Duck hat. I've been lucky enough to go to Disney World 3 times in my life.
Oh, wow.
If you're a Disney fan, you've got to go.
I went to Disneyland when I was like
That's pretty much the same.
10 or 11. Captain EO was new.
Oh, right. Dude, I did Captain EO, but I hardly remember it. I was so young,
Captain EO and Star Tours.
Do you remember Figment?
Yes.
Yep.
The dragon.
That's a good character to have drawn. What's the name of the guy with Figment? That's hard. You know what I'm talking about? To do with the beard,
No, I know of the care. I know
the
of
puppeteer, the
yeah, I
guy
don't know his name.
controlling.
Jim Henson. Grizzly Adams.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. But yeah, he had a similar look to like a Jim Henson or Grizzly Adams.
Some old hippie with a beard. So earlier, Dan, you said the cops are coming to get you. Were you hearing that from my microphone, or were you?
I don't know whose it was.
It was ours.
I know you're in a nice neighborhood though.
It's all right. We got 2 fire stations on within like a block or 2 each from our house. So anytime there's like a wreck on the freeway or someone has a heart attack. But this last week, it's just been every time we hear it, we're more aware, because of everything going on.
Yeah, there was a threat that it'd make its way out to the burbs here.
It did a little bit. They tried. It was like little.
Yeah. Something happened in
little
my
wannabe
neighborhood.
terrorist cells.
Yeah. It's one of those subjects I'd like to talk more about, but anything actually interesting you can't really talk about nowadays.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Are these episodes monetized, Jeremy?
Yeah, well, let's avoid that crap.
Yeah, it's something I don't really feel any need to get into too much. At least not in here, but maybe one of these times.
One of these times when he's had a few
Yeah.
things to drink. Yeah, I want to know what else.
God dang it, everyone.
Out of all
It's all just going to happen again. You know that? It's just same people in office. No.
Out of all the Disney characters, only Goofy's proven to have sex. He's got a son.
Yeah, the Goofy thing I still don't understand. Is he's a cow?
No, he's a dog.
Because his wife has got horns like a cow.
Goofy doesn't have a wife.
Are they not married?
There is a cow.
There's that cow chick.
I don't think she's
My son likes
Goofy.
Actually, forgot how much my son likes Mickey Mouse. He watches Mickey Mouse Clubhouse all the time. I gave him this drawing, but it's not any good. It's Mickey Mouse from memory.
You let your son be the judge of that. Son, is this any good? And he just looks at you.
He's
gives you that sad face, like, Dad, no.
If you can't identify it as Mickey Mouse, if he says Mickey Mouse, then maybe I made it work.
There you go.
I forgot I was going to say something about that boy. You know, it's sad. Like, I like those old, I like hand-drawn animation. And those days are just done, as far as Disney's concerned.
Like as in the big blockbuster movies, or
yeah, like there's not going to be another, Lion King, Aladdin. there will be, but there was live action. But when something's hand drawn, I get it's so much more fulfilling for me. I don't know.
No, I agree.
It's just my thing as an artist, I suppose. Like, there's cool digital drawings too, but like even the digital stuff doesn't.
Did you guys ever see Tangled?
No.
No.
It's actually really good, but if you ever get a chance, look at the art book. Becky's got the art book. Because they do, they have the...
That's Rapunzel or whatever, right?
Yeah. They have the artist rendition, physical art of the characters and stuff, and it's really well done. The movie's actually pretty good. This one of the main characters, he has a rivalry with his horse. Bad guy, or he's not a bad guy, I guess. He's a.
And that's kind of a funny idea.
The horse is like.
The horse is constantly screwing him over.
Well, the horse is like the general of the army. The army's out to get him, or the.
Oh, now things are getting weird.
And the horse, but the horse is like on his own, and he's like a cop. You have to see it. It's just their interactions with each other. Mandy Moore is the voice of the Rapunzel.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Oh, is it a bad one?
No, I just haven't heard her name in a while. She's just like not actually famous, right?
I don't know. I think she's still on TV, I think.
Is she?
Yeah. What's that show on NBC with I don't know, it's really boring. Like it's got some big heavyset lady as like the lead.
Melissa McCartney?
No. I don't even know. It was one of these ones where they're like, oh, it's the best drama in the world, and because it's got a big chick as the lead role. Anyway, I thought Mandy Moore was on that show.
Me being a chubby chaser, you think I know, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, damn, what the hell?
He's got a T-shirt on of the show. Dang. Hades looks all shiny and stuff.
I'm trying something here.
Just draw Mickey Mouse all post-apocalyptic. Bullets on him. Yeah. Eyes missing.
Mickey Mouse is my corporate master, and he will not allow me to draw him in any kind of apocalypse.
Not gonna draw him like. You guys ever see Weapon Brown?
No.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
It's this comic book. The guy basically made like this post-apocalyptic story based around Charlie Brown. And
it kind of sounds familiar, actually.
he looks like Cable, but it's he's bald with the little curly Q in the stupid shirt. But he like goes around fighting like other comic strip characters, like mutant versions of them. Garfield is like this big Jabba the Hutt looking thing, and I think Beetle Bailey is actually like a beetle that's trying to eat him, and it's pretty clever. I don't know how he gets away with it because he's using syndicated characters and stuff, but.
Oh, there's some live chat.
Probably because
This is us.
it's a parody.
Nicole Mitchell says this is us. I'm not sure what that means.
That's the show. Yep, the show with the
Oh.
heavy chick and Mandy Moore. I got to look up once in a while. New phone, who dis?
Lorenzo says he's dyslexic, so he's behind on his comic book reading.
Uh-oh.
That sounds rough. Can't say I ever had to deal with dyslexia. I mean, maybe after like way too much to drink.
Is that something you were diagnosed with recently, Lorenzo?
Well, he said that a while ago. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not.
He got tired of listening to us talk about This Is Us.
Probably.
It's like, dude.
Yeah, he forgot about the show, how he was behind, and he had to get caught up in some episodes.
Got that in my queue. I gotta get back to it.
He wanted to do research because he thought we'd reference it again, so. That's right. All right, maybe I'll draw another version of Mickey. Just don't let Marvel Comics know. Oh my gosh.
What are they gonna do?
Because I'm totally going to be working for them one day. Yeah, I remember learning, do you guys remember back in the day when Disney bought Marvel?
You mean like
What was your initial reactions to that?
11 years ago?
Yeah, it wasn't that
I
long
remember
ago.
it. People were asking me like I knew stuff like, hey, he's a comic book guy. What do you think about? I was like, I didn't even know that happened. I was working at Target and one of the team leads. It's like, hey, what do you think? What about that? I'm like, I don't know.
That seems
Great story, Dan.
The movies are awesome. The movies are awesome, but 11 years later, I don't know, things are in a weird spot now. I mean, I know Disney's been having a hard time, but now things should be opening up again. So I don't know. I don't understand economics. I'll tell you that much. Like, they're like $60 billion in debt, but they still operate. I don't get it.
They bought Fox.
I don't understand economics. If I'm $60 billion in debt, someone's gonna knock on my door, man.
Yeah,
I'm in trouble. I mean, it seems to me like anyone can make a company and run at $60 billion in debt. Like, I'll buy up every property and let me be the guy. I mean, I know Disney's not owned by one person; it's a public company or whatnot. But like I said, I don't understand economics. I don't understand how a company gets to be $60 billion in debt and still operate.
They
I think they got like
themselves.
$4 billion in cash flow now. They used to have $6 billion. Maybe it's back to $6 billion. But like they only got $6 billion to operate with.
Only.
It's like you got to have a hell of a plan to get out of $60 billion of debt. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a economic guy.
Not
I'm
that
just a
guy.
poor white boy from North Minneapolis.
And now you're in the burbs.
And the burbs, I can't wait to move out of state.
Where are you going?
I'm kidding, but it's crossed my mind.
This last week, especially.
This last week, especially.
Yeah.
My wife's from Ethiopia. It's weird to live in Minnesota and be from Ethiopia in some way. I mean, the weather is just not exactly. It's like, my income now is from art. Her income's from the post office. It wouldn't be that hard to just relocate in some way,
Mm-hmm.
but it would be hard to move out of state because it would be tough, but it's not an impossibility. It's just like I don't know where we would go, though. So that's part of it.
Ethiopia.
Yeah, I've thought about it. I could basically retire immediately.
Why is that?
Because American money's worth like, gosh, how much more in Ethiopia than it is here? Just a lot more money. It's like exponential.
Hmm. You've talked about, someday going back to Alaska, but we weren't sure how that timeline was going to go.
No, your wife's from Alaska too, or
No, she's from Wisconsin. Just me. I'm the Alaska person. So initially, when I moved back here, I should say, because I lived here once before, the world was much bigger. So the idea of getting into comics was you had to be where comics people were. And, I knew Pat Gleason, so he would, tell me, oh, yeah, I started going to these comic book shows, and there's all these people that live here, like Dan Jurgens, Doug Mankey. You should come down here. Yeah, I should. It's where all the action is.
yeah, there is somewhat of a scene in Minnesota here. There's some very talented people.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays everything's internet, so it doesn't matter where you live.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
actually, like
World
the
is
people
smaller.
that say live in Ethiopia or Brazil, they make. There's a lot of outsourcing in comics, and a lot of it's going to Brazil.
Yeah.
They've got some really talented people down there. They seem to have a comic book scene, and American money's worth more down there, so
Sure.
they're not as poor as us American comic book artists. For the same rights, $50 for a sequential page. Here it's like shoot yourself. There it's like go out to eat.
Yeah. Take the family with.
Exactly. The whole family.
The neighborhood gets to eat.
That's why moving to Ethiopia would be like, as long as I got internet connection, like I'd be super rich down there, you know, assuming somebody doesn't abduct me and hold me
So you-
ransom.
Maybe I've asked you this before. You make money doing art. What do you do?
Just commission stuff, private commissions, just from my following on social media is enough to find work. Things were really slow there, though. Well, it's like every comic artist I talk to. There's, it's like feast and famine, or like
Sure.
when it rains, it pours, and other times you're desperate. But I felt like an uptick lately, and it's just me finding time to catch up on stuff is all.
Sure. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Any plans to ever do like a create your own project or?
Yeah, I think that's like some of my personal goals. I think the idea of doing like my own thing is much more exciting actually than working on somebody else's idea.
Oh yes.
I keep veering off camera here. I gotta lower my. But I don't know. There's something about it is interesting. I'm happy to say that I do get a lot of commission work, and there are certain opportunities out there for me. I think mostly Instagram for that. I should be more. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? The industry's pretty crazy right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got. I just found out DC canceled their relationship with Diamond.
Yeah, I saw a brief thing on that.
Jeremy, did you see that?
Yep. It's been talked about for a month now.
Really? That they completely were going to sever it?
Yeah, they were talking about it like a month ago.
Just became official.
Yeah.
My understanding is a lot of people are not too happy about it.
Well, a lot of people weren't happy that Diamond had
Monopoly.
monopoly on the market at the beginning. So.
That's where I am. It's like you should never have a monopoly. Like they always suck. It's the whole economy is based on competition, and they got showed up pretty quick, is my understanding. Like people with bubble wrap. I know that it's got to be tougher for comic book shop owners. Now they got to figure out who they're going to get the DC books from, like, because there's
DC,
one
DC,
option.
they're getting them direct. They're getting them directly from DC.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought they had to find a distributor and figure out one of the three that DC had. But I don't know. You would know more than I do about that.
When did Diamond start taking over? Was that like the mid 90s?
Was it the 80s?
I could have sworn Marvel had their own distribution in the 90s, but I could be wrong.
No, Marvel did. I don't know. I don't remember like when Diamond took over. I want to say Diamond took over somewhere in the early 90s.
Yeah, like when Image came around and Malibu and
Oh, you know what? There's a way I could check without the internet because I've got some of the old diamond boxes from like 10, 11 years ago
oh really?
where it says like 20 years or something, 20 or 30 years.
Oh really?
Yeah, they were like really proud of that.
I still have a bunch of my old Wizard magazines from those eras.
I used to collect Wizard. I'd always pick up like the new Wizard. Like I don't know, comic book shopping. Yeah, it used to be a lot of fun when I was a kid, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's. I'd always have to pick up the Wizard. Shopping at Shinner's, that one we talked about, the one in Crystal there. Gotta grab the Wizard, the newest Wizard. Check that out. You almost like Wizard more than the comics themselves sometimes.
Sometimes.
Nowadays, like, I don't know. That was something cool that was going on then. That's nowadays
Gone
it's
now.
all like, social media posts about what's going on, and
It's not fun.
It,
There's no
it's
no
not-
mystique.
There's no mystique. Like whoever drew the thing, you can just follow them and realize they're not nearly as cool as
Realize they're kind
the
of
person you imagine in your head.
Yeah.
There is a huge mystique that's just gone.
I do blame Wizard for selling me a bill of goods, though. They made it seem so easy to get into this industry. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what happened?
I'm looking at the creepy Rob Liefeld looking like
Mickey
that looks
Mouse.
Like, that looks like a Rob Liefeld character. I'm not saying you draw like that. I'm saying it looks
No,
like something-
it is actually completely frightening. I've drawn this character once before. It's like a Mickey Mouse. We talked about doing something different. I thought it'd be funny to do a side by side, like the Disney version, and then my really creepy furry version that actually gives me nightmares. To be honest, it's completely frightening when you turn Mickey Mouse into
into
a
a
furry type character. It will give you nightmares, and it is a character. And we were talking about creator owned. I do have a character that's based on Mickey Mouse. That's like scary.
oh my gosh. So I was just looking
It'll
down
give
and
you
I look up
nightmares.
and I see that.
It will give you nightmares for the rest of your life. Honestly, it is the creepiest thing I've ever drawn in
The
the
best-
past. We'll see if this one's as creepy.
No, that would be awesome is if you ever do like an animated thing where that character's in it, if you make him talk like Mickey Mouse. He just rounds the corner just staring
Can
you
you
down.
imagine whatever this dude's voice is? It's way worse than mine.
No, it's just he's got to have the Mickey Mouse voice. It's just like he's standing there and backlit.
Hey,
He's got
kids.
like a knife or something, and he's gonna kill us. And like, oh, hi everybody. Ha! Stabbing
I have to
somebody.
tell you, I'm very pleased that you're creeped out by this. That's completely the intention.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Jeremy, to drop something so fucking creepy.
Dan, don't ever come back here again.
I know I'm pretty much 86 after.
You gotta give
Maybe
Jeremy
during this
nightmares.
drawing.
Hades is looking
He's just a character never meant to be drawn with any kind of human proportions like this. It's it level of creepy.
I'm sorry, Matt. You were telling me how good I was. What?
So that's looking good.
Thanks.
Just like we got Hades and Darkwing. They're pretty, on model, and then that thing. Hi, children. Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me? Like, maybe, actually, I take the voice back. Maybe it should be like Henry Rollins does the voice.
Oh, dude, I forgot Mickey's tail. Wow. That's even more to play with. I don't know how long his extends to it.
I feel like you should draw Goofy like that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've only really done the Mickey Mouse. Maybe I did a mini at some point.
Do
like
Goofy.
this, but
like some
I remember
hillbilly
drawing it and just being like, "What the hell did I just draw? This is scary as shit." I just kind of stumbled across it. That's just. People don't get to see Danny's wacky experiments he does with drawing, but yeah, there's a reason you don't see it. Typically, it's too creepy.
I don't want to give myself nightmares.
Yeah, I'd rather if I bumped into somebody in some alley somewhere, this is like the last person I want to bump into. Just like, I don't know about that guy. He kind of creeps me out. Something about him. I'll try to ink him if there's time.
Now we're gonna wrap up here pretty soon.
Hey, kids.
Since you've creeped everybody out.
Geez, something's going on. I'm hearing the cops again.
What are you working on now, Matt?
I'm going to try and draw that creepy-ass Goofy. As he's drawing the creepy-ass Mickey.
This is how they look. This is the Disney movie they didn't let me make.
What does Goofy even wear?
One of those big oil, or not oil, one of those big wooden drums being held together by belts.
That's his clothes?
No.
Oh.
You remember that look though, where they would just wear that like that root beer barrel with like the belts going over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's actually got like a turtleneck or something on.
Yeah, there's something weird going on with him. He does have like a vest.
He's actually kind of a hipster.
He's
Beatnik.
like he's straight up hippie, you know. He's like
He didn't do his hat right at all. I guessed. Never guess in the age of internets. That doesn't look right either.
And now seems like a good time to end this, so I'm going to do that.
alrighty.
Thank you, everybody, for stopping by.
Don't want to end on creepy Goofy.
There you go.